Right. Kingmonkfish here. We got game 9 today. So, we're playing, I think it was Hardpoint Domination again. This time on Fracture. Let's give this a go. One thing I definitely haven't actually spoken about, oh, that's what we're trying today, was sniping. Now, this can only go probably terribly, knowing my horrendous abilities. But at least I remembered where A was in this building this time, as opposed to getting lost upstairs or downstairs trying to find it. Yeah, I don't think this goes brilliantly. Let's find out. Because I mean, so what I generally consider one of the most important things for skill in a first-person shooter is knowing the map, knowing where people are going to be, knowing where people are going to be moving from and to, and things like that. And although this map isn't complicated, I'm pretty sure if anyone's played the beta, they've probably already got their head around this map pretty much. But you know, without having an exact idea where I should, well, what a good sniping point, I just thought, right, well, I'll just sit on A, thinking people are going to be coming to A, and you know, it's a high-ish point I can snipe from. Probably wasn't the best point. Since then, I've worked out there's probably a couple of better points. But you know, this is something interesting to try. I'm not. I mean, I enjoy sniping, but I'm not good at it. This is the, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. There was 2 or 3 of them. I think I've already changed. That was how quickly I decided this isn't going to work. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy sniping, but I'm not great at it by any means. Which is a bit of shoot the ground there. You know, not so bad at things like Call of Duty. You can kind of, because you can, I don't know, you can kind of, you know, be an action sniper or a quick sniper, rapid sniper. You can run around and you can kind of try and take them out. I'm not brilliant at things like quick scoping. I see some people doing that and they're crazy at it. But you know, you can still kind of run around and do it. Whereas in most games, you know, the idea of a sniper, you shouldn't really be moving too much. Well, you should be sort of like taking a shot or two and then moving to change position, but you shouldn't necessarily be just legging it around the map. What on earth? Yeah, that's better. But one thing I haven't spoken about much during the Titanfall beta has been the wildcards. I don't know if anyone's noticed them. But basically, what you do for every game, you can earn sort of wildcards, basically, which can be anything from an upgraded weapon to faster movement to getting your Titan in quicker. It's just like a bonus, basically. And what it is, you've got eventually you start off with only 1 slot, but you eventually get 3 slots that you can put these wildcards into. And at the start of every life for yourself, so to speak. So when you spawn each time, you can kind of go, right, okay, this life I'm gonna have prosthetic legs, which basically just increases your movement speed. So you know, and then you spawn, use up that card. You've got 3 slots in per game. It might be increased in the actual game, not sure. And then you can, you know, when you die, you can pick another one if you like. Now, I haven't really used them too much, only because I've tended to. The only times I've ever used them, I'll like give myself something which I thought was quite a good card. Like, oh, I'd upgrade his assault rifle for a round, awesome, and then I've died in the first 20 seconds and I've just wasted the card. But you know, that's kind of the whole idea is by giving yourself something a bit better, you're going to kind of you know, just boost your survival chances, basically. You're not gonna see, after all this, after the fact that whoa, catching it, how did you do that? Despite the terrible sniping attempt at the start, I think not doing too badly as far as points and things go in this game. I had a good couple of pilot kills. one thing, I think this is around the game I realised. Oh, fair play to him. This is around the game I realised. You know what? The best way to get points in Domination or Hardpoint Domination is by simply defending the. If your team has a point, defend it. But the thing is, obviously, everyone can't do that because obviously you'd all just be sat at the city going, "Yeah, we've got this." But if this is kind of it's kind of going well. At the end of the day, if everyone just sits at C or sits at A and doesn't do anything, then it's not going to work, is it? But if you notice a number of guys in your team are very aggressive and they'll go out and they'll just be capturing the points, just trying to capture as many points as possible. Maybe you go, right, okay, well if we all do that, then obviously that'll be good, but as we capture B, they capture C, as we capture A, they capture B, it's just going to go around in a circle. You can kind of decide, right, you know what, I'm going to defend this in this game, and you can get a lot of points, if not more points, from defending than you can from attacking, by far. If you can just sit on C and just you're constantly getting attacked, but you can just sit there and take them out, you get so many points. It's like 75 points every, I don't know how often, 30 seconds or something like that. It's really good. So I think that's a. Oh, I thought it was a player then. I think that's a good tactic, and obviously it's all part of the game as well. You've got to have defensive. That's why in Titanfall they're giving you two types of points. You don't just get experience. You get defensive points and offensive points. Which I think is the best way to do it. It encourages people to do both. It encourages people not just to run out and try and capture a point, but also to sit back and try and defend the one they've got. Games get boring when you're basically just running around the map and I'll run to A like this. No one's here. I'll just sit there, capture it. I'll run off. It gets a little boring. It's nice to. Wow, we are losing. It's nice to run and try and capture a point and be like, oh, actually, shit. There's going to be like 2 or 3 of them in here. I've got to really work hard to try and get this, or at least even if you can do it in a team as well, you can get like 2 or 3 of you running in and try to take a point. It works really well, but it's just. It almost seems like you're not playing, but in actual fact, you're doing a big service to your team and you're actually getting more points for it. So, but yeah, I think this is about the game I realised when I was sat on C. I think I kind of realised that. So I'm going to try and rodeo that bitch. See, now I do love the rodeo. I think I finally worked out. No, done it again. I've done it again. Every time. Because quite often when you're running around towards a Titan, you're going to have your anti-Titan weapon out because, you might shoot it, you might ready it. It depends. Just remember to change that weapon. You can change the weapon when you're sat on. When you're rodeoing him. You can definitely do that. So whoa, getting missile blade rockets at me. Now that annoys me a little bit. The fact that. You launch a little burst of rockets at a player, and he almost just walked it off. I'm thinking, well, this thing's going to be doing damage to a Titan. I'm pretty sure it would make mincemeat out of a person. Maybe that sort of evens up a little bit. Don't know. Because if everyone had a rocket or something that they could launch at players that would destroy them, then yeah, maybe it would be a little unfair. Not sure, but let's. Be interested to see what other weapons come out from the full game. We're slowly holding in there, but unfortunately we are 1 point away from losing, and there it is. So, unfortunately, guys, it's another loss. But epilogue time, which I'm sure this one. I tend to have a bit of an issue with this. It's getting to the ship, because usually it's in a slightly obscure place. Well, not obscure, but somewhere that it's high up that you may not have been yet. And you're like, hang on, how do I get there? Like this. Also, I've got a Titan chasing me around the bloody map. I think. Yeah, there he is. You can see him on the mini map there. He's taking. There's 2 of them. There's one up there as well. So I'm trying to hide from Titans, which isn't going particularly well, if I'm honest. I felt like I can't even get up there. I think to fair play to me, I do get up there as it explodes, and then yeah, it was never going to work. So I think I did alright there. In the fact, I got to the ship. I would count that as a bit of a moral victory. Actually, had the most points in that game, and the most kills on the team. But third amount of kills overall, not too bad. Could have been worse. Still quite a lot of deaths. Probably to work on that more than anything. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, guys. Leave a like if you did, and be bringing you some more Titanfall tomorrow. Cheers, guys.